Okay, just a minute. Starting. Okay, so good evening to each and everyone present here. This is Sarfaraz Ahmed, the core committee member of Team Explorica. First of all, congratulations to each and everyone for clearing the preliminary round, and hope you all are excited for the final round of Sherlockology. So I will be explaining you the rules for the final round. Just a minute. Okay. So the round two will be going to be a little tougher than the preliminary round, obviously, since this is the final round for Sherlockology. So better put on your thinking caps, and all the best, everyone. So the rules for the final round are as follows. Firstly, an audio story will be played part by part, which you have to listen carefully. Okay, so within the audio story, the clues will be presented for 10 minutes. Actually, this is a hint we are giving you. The audio story will be long, but in that audio story, the clues will be there for 10 minutes. There will be no pause in between the audio story. The clues you have to solve, means you can solve within 10 minutes. Obviously, if you understand the story, then you will be able to solve the clues. And also, you in your WhatsApp group, in the Sherlockology finals WhatsApp group, we will be sending the clues over there also simultaneously. Okay, so at the and after the end of the audio story, we will be giving a Google form regarding that story in your WhatsApp group, which consists of 8 questions depending on the audio story. Okay, so for that questions, you will be getting around 40 minutes. We'll mention it in the group after the audio story ends. After that, we will send the Google form. So for that, we will also mention the time that after that, which we'll be closing the response for the Google form. So best of luck to all of you, and hope you will be enjoying the final round. If you have any doubts regarding the rules for the final round, you can ask.
Will the clues in the audio and sent in the WhatsApp group be different?
No. It will be same. Means we'll be presenting the clues also, and we'll be simultaneously sending the audio in your WhatsApp group.
Okay.
So that you can hear after that also.
So won't you share the Google form link in the chat box too?
At last we will be giving a question, means a Google form which consists of 8 questions. In that Google form, you have to fill the serial number that we provided you, name, email ID, serial number, name, email ID, and your contact number, your WhatsApp number. And after that, you will be starting solving the answers.
Where will the Google form be available? In the chat box or the WhatsApp group?
In the WhatsApp group. In the WhatsApp group.
It will be available in both the places. Okay, the chat box will be consisting of the Google form also, and as you guys will have to go to the WhatsApp for looking at the clues, we will also be sending the Google form in the WhatsApp.
Yes. Any more doubts?
We will be using last day's serial number only.
Yes. Last day serial number only.
Obviously.
Okay.
Okay, so any more doubts?
So let me go through the important points and then we can ask about further doubts. Okay. Okay, Sarfaraz.
Okay, so
So
start the video.
yeah, so welcome all of you guys and congratulations to all of you for qualifying to this round. I'll go through the few important points like yesterday. The first point that I would like to say is only one of you all will be getting the title of Sherlock. Okay, the first one will be getting the title of Sherlock, and the second person will be getting the title of Watson. Okay. And there is a very important thing, and listen to it very carefully. There will be two types of Google Form. Okay, two types of. One that Sarfrazda mentioned earlier, that will be sent to you at the end of the story, at the end of the audio story, which will consist of only questions that you have to answer. But within the audio story, there will be clues. There will be Google Form which will contain clues. We will be sending those Google Forms in the WhatsApp. These forms will open with the right password. You have to solve for a password and you have to use the password to open this Google Form. I will be showing you a demo. Just listen through the whole process and then I'll be showing you the demo form. So this type of password opening Google Form will contain further clues. Okay, so these further clues will reveal more of the story, and if you get to solve the password and open these Google Forms, you will get to know about the story a little more. And submission of these forms is not required. I repeat, submission of these clue forms is not required. You have to submit just one form, that is the one that we are going to send at the end of the audio story. Now I am going to present my screen and I am going to show you the clue form, how it's going to be. Okay. I hope my screen is visible. So this will be the structure of the clue form. Okay. This form will consist of email, where you will have to put your email, and then it will ask for a WhatsApp password. Okay, you will have to solve for this password from the given clue. You will be given clues that is mentioned by Sarfrazda. It will be shown, it will be presented to you in the Meet, and it will be also sent to you in the WhatsApp group. You will have to use that clue to find the password, and with the right password, you can enter into the next part. And with the right password, you can enter into the next section, the clue section. Okay, this section will consist of the clue, for the further clues that will help you solve the story. And this submit button is useless. You don't have to submit this kind of form. Okay, this form is just for clue. You don't have to submit this form. You have to submit the form that is sent to you at the end of the session. This is just for getting the clues. I hope I made myself clear. This is a very important thing, and if you guys have any doubt regarding this, you can ask. Let me finish with the points I would like to mention. You should keep a check at your WhatsApp group. We will be sending you the audio clips. You will be shown the audio story. You will be getting the audio clips and the clues, the picture of the clues over the WhatsApp. Okay. And you will also get this clue form, the form that I just showed, the form that will consist of only clues. That form will be also sent in the WhatsApp group. You have to find the right password from the clues and use it to open the Google form, obviously. I guess all of you are smart enough as you have qualified for this round. You can use the help of Google, but primarily we will have to use your own wits. You can obviously use Google. We are on an online platform. We can stop you from doing that. But so these are the most important points that I wanted to mention. And lastly, oh yes, after yesterday's experience, I want to make one thing very clear, that while the audio story is going, no doubts will be entertained. Okay, we won't be entertaining any kind of doubts, questions, or anything while the audio story is being played. The audio story is going to be a long one, and we are not going to pause at any point of time. It's going to run through the whole time, and at the end, when it ends, we will be sending you the questionnaire form to you guys. And within the audio story, you will be getting the clues and all in the WhatsApp. So if you guys have any kind of doubts regarding the whole process, you can go ahead and ask.
These Google Forms will be given in between the audio story, or they will be given separately?
Yeah, so during the audio story, there will be clues presented to you, and the clues will be presented to you for 10 minutes. Okay, so during this 10 minutes, you will get the time to solve the clues, and within the 10 minutes, we will be sharing these clue forms to you, with you in the WhatsApp. Okay.
So there is a separate 10-minute for the clue as well, apart from the audio
there
story.
is no, the audio story will never pause. Okay, we have inserted 10 minutes of time within the audio story.
Okay.
For the clues. Okay, the audio story won't stop.
Okay.
But there are intervals, right, Tomonash? Like while the story is being said, there is a hint, and for that we will be waiting for 10 minutes, and after that the story will resume. Or like
The story, yeah. The story will resume, but the audio story will continue. We won't pause the audio story and then after 10 minutes.
Okay, but there is a gap of 10 minutes in between. There is a gap of 10 minutes where we will be solving that.
You will get the gap to solve the clues and go
finally,
through the WhatsApp
after having everything, then there will be a final Google form where we will be writing the final answer, which we got from our side.
Exactly.
And regarding that Google form that will be provided in the between that, the demo where it was given WhatsApp password, I suppose that's just a demo question, or there is some typical WhatsApp password provided to us.
I won't be revealing that much of the story.
No, I mean do we have to provide our WhatsApp password as in this like our unique IDs which are provided, or this is like part of the story?
No. It's a part of the story.
You have to decode.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to decode it, right.
Will we get the audio in the WhatsApp as well?
Trina, please repeat your question.
Will we get the audio file in the WhatsApp as well, in the group chat?
You will get the part audio file in the WhatsApp, so that
so the total story is of 10 minutes and you would be sharing parts of it at a time.
I didn't get you properly. Can you repeat?
So the total audio story is of 10 minutes and you will be sharing parts of it at a time.
No, the total story is not of 10 minutes. We will be giving 10 minutes to you for the clues, for solving the clues. Okay, and we will be sharing those audio files that will be played till that 10 minutes. Before that 10 minutes, how much we have played, we will be sending it to you so that you can go back to it and listen to it once more.
Okay.
Yeah, once we start the process, you will get along with it.
How many clue forms will be there?
Let's see. Let that be a part of the story. But I would like to repeat this, that you won't have to submit the clue forms. Okay, clue forms are not for submission. You will just have to open it. You have to decode it, and then you will just go through the clues, and then keep the answers to yourself. And at the end, you will have to answer. You decode it and you'll keep it to yourself. Any other questions?
What's the time limit? Like after
Time
we have,
limit?
I mean, you said 40 minutes, but like 40 minutes from when?
40 minutes from the end of the audio story.
Okay, okay.
So I'll run through the process. We will be, after I end this doubt clearing session, we will start with the audio story. Okay. The audio story will continue till as much long as it is. Okay. After the audio story ends, you will get 40 minutes for answering the questions. Okay. And within this audio story length, you will be getting 10 minutes of time to solve clues and keep it to yourself.
Oh, okay, cool. Thanks.
Okay. Any other questions? It's a bit tricky process, I know, and it's, I guess, for the first time, so it may confuse. It may be confusing.
Acha, hello.
Yes, Atik, go ahead.
Can you please repeat the rules? Actually, I joined right now, so I didn't get the rules. Sorry for the
Okay.
inconvenience.
Okay.
Wait.
Sorry.
Okay.
I know this
Okay,
is.
Samaras,
Okay. I'll. Yes.
wait.
Atik.
I am showing once again the rules so that.
Yeah. You just present the rules and I'll
Okay.
just go through.
Really sorry for the inconvenience, please.
Okay. Please present the second slide. Yeah. So the rules are very like goes like this. An audio story will be played part by part, which you have to listen very carefully. Within the audio story, the clues will be presented for 10 minutes, but we won't pause the audio story. The 10 minutes of time is incorporated in the audio story. We won't pause it. It will go on. The clues that will be presented in the audio story, you can solve the clues within the 10 minutes that is given to you. And keep a check at your WhatsApp group, the final WhatsApp group where you are added today. Clues will also be sent over there. You can go back to some previous clues and solve them and keep it.
One
So,
minute.
okay.
I have not been added to the final WhatsApp group.
You have not been added to any group today.
No.
Okay. So, Sarfraz, please see to it.
Just Atik Ahmed.
Yes.
Atik Ahmed. Yeah. Please stop presenting your screen and then.
Okay. Just a minute.
Yeah, after Atik is added, is there anyone who is not added to the group? I hope there is no one else.
Atik, you were in set C yesterday, right? Hello.
No, I was in set B. My identity number was B01.
Acha, B01. Just a minute.
Okay, so rest of you guys, please be patient for the time being. Once we add Atik to the group, then we can start with our audio story. And one more thing that we will be um, switching off the chats for your WhatsApp group. It will just be for the admins, okay? So you can't contact us over there also. So if you have any kind of doubts or questions, just go ahead and ask now. So it won't be possible for you to ask after the audio story is started.
Atik, check now, you are added.
Thank you.
Will the passwords for the clues be single letter or a line?
It will vary from password to password, and yeah, thanks for reminding me. All the passwords will, if there are letters in the password, it will be in lowercase. Okay, there will be no uppercase letters.
Okay.
Okay. So I guess we can start now. I'm not getting any other questions, so Abhishek, you are going to present today, right? So go ahead.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, Saurabh, go ahead.
Please repeat the password, uppercase letter.
Yeah, what I said is that if there are letters in the password, it will be of lowercase. Okay, it won't be consisting of uppercase letters. Will, if letters are there in the password, it will be of lowercase letters.
Okay.
Yes. From the start, Abhishek, can you just bring it from the start? So we are starting. Best of luck to all of you guys. Abhishek, it's up.
Best of luck, everyone.
After Mrs. Hudson served you the evening tea, you decide to go out for a walk down the street. Spending your time in the absence of Watson is not easy for you. Even the evening walks are joyless without your dear friend. When you turn round the corner towards Crawford Street, a crowd at a distance catches your attention. You rush at the sight to come across a man lying dead on the sidewalk. The local police was there. You walk up to Inspector Burns.
This man must have gone to the terrace to smoke and enjoy the evening breeze. Carelessly got too close to the edge and fell off. There's nothing more to it than this. This is a simple open and shut case.
You heard from the police that he had a packet of cigarettes, his house keys, an inhaler, and a lighter with him. You were not convinced, but Barnes made it clear that you were not going to get any kind of help from the police. You asked a few onlookers and got to know that this man lived in the apartment. You climbed up to his room and looked around the place. What you couldn't find was his mobile phone. The police also confirmed that they haven't found it either. When you went up to the terrace, you found a few burnt cigarettes, a handkerchief with initials AB. Aaron must have smoked those cigarettes, but the handkerchief was of some lady. This raised your doubts higher. You quickly picked it up and putting it inside the pocket, you went away. Your instinct is continuously letting you that it's not an accident. Then what is it? Is it a suicide? Then, what is the reason for committing the suicide? Or maybe even worse, maybe it's a murder? All of a sudden, your gray cells start sparking from the scent of a new case. You found out about Evelyn from Mrs. Bright who lives next door.
You come to know that Aaron was a software engineer at a multinational company. He used to stay busy with his work and always stayed out of troubles. She told you Evelyn Knight was his ex-wife. They got divorced just 3 months back. She also said that after divorce he shifted to some rented apartment on Browning Street. You went to see her at her place. She asked you to sit in the living room.
I'm very sorry for your loss, Mrs. Barton. I'm really sorry to have bothered you at this difficult hour. But I really need to ask you a few questions about Aaron's death.
It's Miss Knight, Evelyn Knight. And I really don't care about the death of Aaron. I'm happy that a scoundrel like him is dead now. A man who denies the responsibilities of his fatherhood doesn't deserve to live. God had punished him by that fatal accident. But what I can't understand is, even after having a critical acrophobia, why would he go to the terrace?
Miss Knight, I believe it's not an accident. I suspect that it's a murder. Someone killed your ex-husband.
What are you saying? Are you out of your mind or what? Who would murder him? The police said it was an accident. Moreover, he didn't have any enemies. All he had was his childhood best friend Vincent and a bitch he was going out with. But I want to make one thing clear to you. No matter how much I hate him, I cannot even think of killing him. After all, he's the father to my child.
She stood up and ran inside. You noticed that the bookshelf in the living room was filled with World War documentaries. There was a beautiful gramophone on a table. You saw an antique telegraph sounder on the desk, and beside that, you saw her smartphone lying beside it. You also found a paper along with it. You didn't waste any time and opened her phone to get some clues. After what you saw in Eve's phone, it made you curious about this guy, Winston. Winston is a bank employee. You go to see him at his office. He is not present at his cubicle when you arrived. You see a bunch of files on his desk. You went through the drawers to find some stationery and a packet of cigarettes. Everyone at the office was busy with their own work, so you utilized this opportunity to go through his laptop. When Winston arrived, you quickly switched off the laptop. Winston asked you to come with him outside the office. He lit a cigarette, started talking with you.
It's a terrible loss. I'm totally shattered after hearing about the accident.
Accident? Are you sure about that?
What? You don't think it's an accident? Are you suggesting it to be a murder? I cannot believe this. But who would murder such a genuine and humble guy like him?
Here, take a look at this handkerchief. Does the initials look familiar to you?
AB, Ashley Boyle. She's Aaron's new girlfriend. And as far as I know, they were getting around pretty well until Aaron heard about Eve's pregnancy. And as he was getting back with Eve, so Ashley was furious with him. On the other day when I went to see Aaron at his apartment, I saw Aaron and Ashley were having a dangerous quarrel.
After Ashley had been mentioned by both Eve and Winston, you have to go and talk to her. Ashley is an Irish immigrant who lives in London with a few Irish friends. You decide not to waste any time and go to the Caverns, a local pub, to see Ashley. She is the bartender over there. Ashley asked you to sit at a table and fetched 2 glasses of beer.
For how long have you been seeing Aaron?
Just a couple of months ago. After he had his divorce, he used to come here regularly. Then one day he asked me out. He was such a gentleman. Why something terrible like this happened to him? Just why?
Do you know that it's not an accident? It's a murder. Here, take a look at this handkerchief. Does this handkerchief belongs to you?
What? No. That's not mine. I don't have initials on my handkerchiefs. Mr. Holmes, I'm going to be very clear and honest with you. I don't know anything regarding his death. We had a casual thing between us, and I know very little about him to be of any help. And I haven't seen him since last weekend. I heard that his ex-wife was pregnant with Aaron's child. It is getting late now, so I need to go back to work.
You asked for Ashley's phone to book a cab. She hesitated at first but gave you her phone and went to attend customers at the bar. You took the opportunity to go through her WhatsApp. Who is this person AB? Is it Aaron Barkley or is it Ashley Boyle or maybe Arwin Bilford? Or maybe it's of someone with no relation to this case. For all this time, you couldn't gather any proof about the killer. You were feeling like trapped in the pinball game. You were hitting different objects but unable to find the way out of it. Next, you go to see Mrs. Greta Barkley, Aaron's mother. You heard about her from Winston. Maybe she can give you some lead.
How are you doing, Mrs. Barkley? I need to ask you a few questions about your son.
What do you think, you old fool? How am I supposed to be with my dead son? Oh, I loved him so much, and now he's not here anymore. He should never have dated that Irish witch. She ruined my Aaron's life. I knew my boy. He was so gullible. That witch Ashley, she ate up his mind. Or else, who would leave such a lovely girl like Eve?
Mrs. Barkley, I believe that your son has been murdered. I believe someone pushed him off the terrace.
How could he have climbed up to the terrace? He had a great fear for heights since childhood. What you call vertigo? Whenever he used to climb up a tall building or go to the mountains, he suffered from shortness of breath, couldn't breathe properly. He would have never gone up there by himself. Well, if you are insisting it's a murder, then I would say it must be that Ashley, that witch. After knowing he's going back to Eve, she took my boy to the terrace and pushed him off the edge.
Coming to this old woman's house was totally worthless. At this point of time, you were both frustrated and impatient. You were having serious doubts now whether it's a murder or just an accident or a suicide. You lit a pipe and sit on the couch. Closing your eyes, you start going through your mind palace. Something struck you that you missed at the beginning. Now all of it seems so clear. All you needed was to take a deep breath. You sneaked into that person's house, and after quite a struggle, you find Aaron's phone. Now, what can be the password of a software engineer's phone?
So we are finished with our audio story, and very soon you are going to get the form for the questionnaire in your WhatsApp group. Keep a check of it. And we have given all the clues and all the audio clips which you can go through. And best of luck to all of you guys. You may leave this meeting now, and you have 40 minutes of time to fill the form up and submit it. Okay, after 40 minutes, we are going to close the form. We are going to get the form in your WhatsApp group. You may leave this meeting and you keep solving. You have the resources in the WhatsApp group, you have the clues, you have the audio clips, so you can leave this meeting. Participants may take a leave.
Thank you so much, guys. Participating.
And we will be sharing the answers with you in the group after the 40 minutes end. For now, you may